Greetings, everybody. My name is Onyango Otieno, and I'm here with Oduor Jagero at Chiswara Coffee, here to talk about the innings and outings of digital storytelling. And for most parts today, we're just going to get to know one another. I know most of you might not have known Koa or Jagero as a photographer, who is the person I knew him first as. And maybe you want to tell us a bit about how you started telling stories using still photography. Where did that begin?
My name is Oduor Jagero. Yeah, I have other government names. So, of course, I did mass communication and journalism. Mass communication and journalism. When I was there, I needed to find money for pocket money. So, from the village, I came with a small camera.
Okay.
So whenever we went for sport outings, whenever we were, chilling out, I would take photos and then I would sell them.
Did you buy this camera?
I bought this camera in Kisumu.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was a very, very small, very rudimentary camera, but it was very, very helpful when I was in college. But then when I left college, I decided that this is something I love. This is something that has always given me money. So why not? Let me do something about it, and that is how I first became a photographer. Before, of course, I was writing, doing all those things, but I was majorly a photographer then.
I see.
Yeah.
And what was the transition between that and Koa Media? How did you come about?
I think there's no difference really between Koa Media and my photography and writing and everything else that I do.
Yeah.
It was sort of my vehicle for doing everything.
Right.
If I'm doing a photo for your shoot, I tell you to pay to Koa Media.
Yeah.
If I'm going to perform a poetry at a poetry gig and somebody had to pay me, I tell them to pay to Koa Media.
Right.
Because it was basically my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Koa Media, Koa stands for Ken Oduor Anthony, my government names.
Yes, which we have known today.
Which we have known today.
Yeah.
So that is, many people have known it because they send me money and I send them money, but some people do not know about it.
Yeah.
So that is how I started building the brand Koa Media.
Right.
Basically.
So photography became a business for you. It was work,
Yeah.
right? And you're also an author, all right?
I'm also another, yes.
And one of the ways that you've been disseminating information about what you do, you've been using Facebook and social media at large,
Yeah.
right? And previously when we were beginning, Facebook wasn't as big as it is today. And yet it has been one of the biggest platforms that has helped us get our voices out there.
Yeah.
What has that journey been like for you in terms of, the business you are growing as a writer, as an author as well, and as a photographer?
Yeah. So I was doing this event called Poetry Spot at All Saints Cathedral, an event where you were one of the guys that were coming, okay? And then during this event, All Saints Cathedral wanted us to do a musical. So I wrote the musical, and we were supposed to do it at Kenya National Theatre. But they gave us some little money, and they told us that for us to, pay the actresses and the actors, then we have to, make the production pay for it a little bit.
Right.
So I needed to market the event properly. So I go to the Standard and tell them that, what, I want to partner with you. You give me space to advertise, then you guys, can have and put your banner or whatever somewhere else. And they tell me, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And I go ahead and ask them, but what is the price anyway? And they tell me, yeah, a whole page color will be 375,000. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Nitoe wapi?
So I decided, all right, Facebook had just started, and I decided just to go and do this thing on Facebook. Okay? And those days you were I don't know what happened to events.
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah,
events.
they had an events page.
Yeah,
right,
which was really, really effective those days. I
Yeah.
wonder why these days it's not as effective. It's not me who is using.
Maybe.
So I do the Facebook event, and we have a lot of people coming. And then that was a eureka moment for me, that maybe I can use this to also start talking about my business.
Right.
So when I'm having, I started talking about the poetries that I was doing. If you want a birthday party to be taken, blah blah blah, all those things. So that is how it started for me. The realization that social media can actually let me get my gig out there. And then that also brings me to you. How did it start for you? Because right now I know that you are into therapy. You are doing a lot. You are having a lot of clients.
Yes.
Not just in Kenya, not just in Uganda, all over the place.
Yes.
And I just wanted to know at what point did you realize that you can actually transition this business into an online business, but how you decided to leverage on social media, especially Instagram and Twitter, to make sure that you build your therapy business?
Yes. Well, that has to go back to 2014.
Yeah.
We were running Fatuma's Voice.
I remember that. I remember that very well.
Yeah, and just before Fatuma's Voice started, we were running Kenyan Poets Lounge.
It's very difficult to know which is which.
Yeah, which is which. Yeah, well, Fatuma's came from Kenyan Poets Lounge.
Yeah.
But we were having events, and we were advertising our events through Facebook, because again, it was the platform that many people were on. And we realized that, we didn't have money to advertise on radio, didn't have money to advertise on TV, but Facebook gave us the leverage to get to as many artists as possible.
Yeah.
And so when we began Fatuma's Voice, we leveraged on the membership on the Facebook group from Kenyan Poets.
I remember that book.
Yes, we had a group, very active.
Is it still active?
Yes, it is. We
Yeah.
have like 80,000 members in there right now.
Really?
Many people, right? You can talk to me nicely.
My head is spinning.
Yeah. You businessman. So, Fatuma's Voice, and the best way people would come to the sessions were Twitter, at the time. And we were very, very big on it because people would tweet all the time about what's happening in the session. Hashtag Fatuma's Voice.
The tea really looks nice. Can you capture that, my friend? It's very, very nice. Well, that is Chiswara.
Chiswara for you.
Our space sponsor.
Yes. So, 2014, 2015, 2016. At the time, I'm also building my own brand because I'm a performing poet.
Yeah.
And I am releasing my poetry on my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. That's how people come to know of me. But beyond that, I'm also telling personal stories around healing from childhood trauma. Okay? And this becomes the piece that puts me aside from every other artist around me.
Yeah.
I was telling very honest, raw, personal stories around what I've been going through as a young man and what I went through growing up in our home. So with time, because I also would write a lot of erotic poetry, people just liked my zest, they liked my style, they liked my uniqueness, and I use simple language to create very vivid images. And in time, both Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram grew. But when it came to trauma therapy, Instagram has given me more customers than anywhere else. Why? Because I have more space to say more personal things on that space, right? So aside of from using the graphics, the Instagram stories, I have patterns of stories that I usually share in regards to quotes around trauma therapy. And I am constantly engaging people on Instagram lives about what does it take to start healing from trauma therapy, from childhood therapy and stuff like that. And so over time, even just if you go to my bio, Instagram right now, whatever is written there will make you want to reach out to me, right? And that is very intentional. And I'm telling people, if you are stuck and you've been wanting to get to start this thing and you don't know what to do, I'm your guy. Look for me.
And that is really, really interesting. And I know that because of how exponential your growth has been on social media, you've been helping companies and organizations, because. And I also do that for companies and organizations and even for individuals. Now, one of the things that is happening, and we are going to come back as to the reason why we are having this conversation, is that a lot of organizations and companies, especially small businesses, they have a fear factor when it comes to when it comes to telling their stories.
Yes.
I see a lot of struggling companies. You know, they don't know what to do.
Yes.
I was talking to a client last week, and she was telling me that I am a 50-year-old who is running an organization. I have realized that most of the people that I want to speak with are on social media, but I really am stuck around what to do. What are some of the things that is making people to be very phobic, you know, fearful of social media, and not using it as they should use it?
The biggest will be the lack of technical know-how.
Yeah.
All right? The platform is there. It's like you're seeing a car that you don't know how to drive, but you like the car,
Yeah.
but you don't know how to drive it.
Yeah.
So you either look for a driver
Yeah.
or you go to driving school
Yeah.
to drive the car.
Yeah.
All right? And so people fear that process because you don't know, is it going to go to the right direction if I
Yeah.
start this process?
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost me? Is it too much work?
Yes.
You know, because again, I think one limitation people have is if you're a business, we are often thinking we have to compete with the big brands.
Yes.
All right? So that alone makes you feel stuck. Like, I have to make it big. I have to make it big. You forget about your target audience. You are now focusing on the people who are already out there and they are big and they have the name. But so now what we need to do is sit down, understand your target market, because you're getting there because you have a target market.
Yeah.
Understand the language of your target market and focus to create content just for those people.
Yeah.
Because those are your buyers. Your buyers are not the big competitors, the
Yeah.
big brands that
Yeah.
are already there
Yeah.
on social media. So it is the process that people fear most. Where do I start? How do I start? Who is doing this stuff?
Yes.
Where do I go?
Okay, so now let's get to the meat of this thing. I at the beginning of 2022, I decided that I will be sharing knowledge
Yes.
with people like me.
Yes.
Okay, and we have already done this beautiful course with Agag, where we are talking to people about writing and online secrets. We had a conversation with you that we want to teach people, especially small companies, how to jumpstart, their business through social media.
Yes.
How to leverage on social media.
Yes.
How not just to talk about topics about themselves, but also social media is free if you have the bundles. So talk to me about what we are going to do in
Right.
this course.
Yeah.
What exactly are we going to be doing?
So what we are looking to do
Yeah.
for this course
Yeah.
is to offer the tools and knowledge and awareness of how to navigate the digital space as a small business. That's typically what we are doing. How do you get to create a content strategy?
Yeah.
How do you even develop that content? Why are you developing that content? How do you connect the target market of the people who are buying what you're selling and their online or their digital behavior? How do you connect the two? Yes, you know who they are, but do you understand their digital behavior?
Yeah.
You get that? So packaging that and compartmentalizing it from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram and all these spaces
Yeah.
to just assist with tools for entrepreneurs or people who are dreaming of starting small companies
Yeah.
or people who are already in the business but they're struggling with their online personas for their businesses. That's what we'll be doing.
So when we were doing this other course with Agag,
Yes.
most people were asking us, and it'd be interesting for me to get your perspective of the same,
Yes.
right? It was very laughable when I said on that course that this isn't a course.
It's not a course.
These are inside secrets. And some people were asking me, Jagero, on inbox that
Yeah.
in my inbox that what are these inside secrets
Yeah.
that we cannot find on
The
YouTube,
other places, yeah.
that we cannot find on Skillshare.
Yeah.
And I was telling them that most of the times when we go and consume things that are on YouTube, mostly written by Americans, there is something that we usually miss.
Yes.
Like for example, when they talk to you on YouTube and they're asking you the budget that you should set aside for internet marketing,
Yeah.
they will tell you 10,000 USD.
Yeah.
And that translates to literally 1 million
Yeah.
plus Kenya shillings. And
Yes.
so how does that help you
Yeah,
as
for
a
sure.
business that is a small business that is starting? So for me, I think that sometimes in this course we are not going to offer you what is out there already. I mean, we are leveraging our experience. For me, I have always said that my godmother is the internet. My godmother is Facebook. Is all these things that have come. You know, these videos that we are now doing. If you shot videos, you know, 15, 20 years ago, where would you put it? On primetime TV. You
For
see?
sure, and it was expensive.
It was very, very expensive. So for us in this course, I think the most important thing is that it is important that we are going to be sharing our experience,
Yeah.
what we have done and how well we have done it.
Yes.
And of course, some of the things that are out there that you might not know. So who are you welcoming? Who are we welcoming for this
Well,
this course?
I think the first batch of people we are welcoming
Yeah.
here are entrepreneurs of small businesses.
Yeah.
That's the first batch of people.
Yeah.
And then there are the batch of people that are curious about starting the businesses.
Yeah.
Right? Those guys, because when you're beginning and you're doing your SWOT analysis and you're trying to leverage where are your competitors, what are they doing? This is for you, all right?
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who's also been struggling, you're already running your business, maybe profits are coming in, but you want to do more, right? And you want to leverage on the pages you already have.
Yeah.
There are some things that have been blind spots to
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and you need a third year, a fourth year, a sixth year just to get to hear what are these people saying. This is your space, all right? And also, if you're just generally curious about digital storytelling, because the years of experience that we've amassed over time is something very valuable, and there's no other space that we've ever shared that. So we are offering people that. And
The cost is 3,000 Kenya shillings. Is
Right.
that too much for you?
I don't. It's for the quality of the experience that
Yeah.
I'm gathering. It's probably very little.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should finish the video now.
If you're out there, you need to come to Chiswara Coffee at iHit Kenya. They have awesome coffee and very, very lovely attendants over here. We've been having a conversation with Oduor Jagero. My name is Onyango Otieno. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and look forward to Inside Secrets Digital Storytelling. We have so much in store for you. Have a great time.